Welcome to the instructional video for the Western Shelter System's GateKeeper1935 shelter. In the clear staging area, unpack and inventory the shelter components. See the product manual for a complete component list. Stand up one of the main frame end sections, remove the strap. 3 people should expand the roof trusses until the end section is fully unfolded. Depress the button on the underside of each truss and extend until the lower button locks into place. Repeat the above step to erect the second end section facing the first. Leave about 10 feet between the 2 sections. Attach 5 eave bars between the roof trusses with the black hook and loop strip facing out. Connect the 2 end sections with the remaining 2 eave bars. You may have to move one of the end sections to make the connection fit. Position the main frame center section between the 2 end sections. Align the 2 non-telescoping bars with the end sections. Use the locking pins to connect the center section to the key flanges. Extend the center sections for roof trusses. They slip over the center eave bars and share the same locking buttons. Adjust the frame slightly if the buttons do not click into place. Lift the center section until the locking buttons in the center of each roof truss snaps into place. To lower the shelter legs, gently squeeze the leg and roof trusses together to loosen their locking pins. Then remove the pins. Remove the insulated roof panel from its bag and place it on the center of the frame. Unfold the insulation roof panels towards the end sections. Position the vent cap holes in the roof panel over the key flange pipes. Unroll the sides of the insulation panel. Do not attach the hook and loop strips yet. Remove the vinyl roof panel from its bag and unfold it in the same way. Position the vinyl roof panel's collar over each key flange pipe. Be sure to save the vinyl squares protecting the collars. They will be needed when the roof is repacked. Make sure both collars are centered on the respective key flange pipes. Attach the vent caps by pulling on the locking pin, pushing the cap down, and rotating until the pin clicks into place. Raise one side of the shelter with 4 people, allowing the legs to fold outward completely. Lock the 4 side legs into place using their locking pins. If setting up in windy conditions, raise the downwind side first. Move to the other side of the shelter. Raise the side, then unfold and lock the 4 legs. Now extend and lock the end legs into place. Attach the insulated roof panel to the eave bars, making sure to align the center seam with the center screw on the eave bars. The insulation panel should completely overlap the eaves by a ½ inch. Do not attach the vinyl roof yet. The roof will be attached after the walls are installed. Unroll the vinyl floor panel down the length of the shelter. Center the floor within the shelter frame. Working around the perimeter of the shelter, gently lift the frame and pull the floor under it. Center the legs on the vinyl welds at each corner. Connect all 12 base bars around the shelter. You may have to lift and adjust the frame to find a fit. Now hang the 2 shelter doors. They can be placed on either end section or on the center of each longer side. Lift the door onto the frame and make sure both top and bottom of the door frame is firmly attached. Align the center of the door with the center door label on the eave bar. When attaching the insulated roof, align the seam of each roof section with the center screw on the eave bar. Install the threshold ramp. Loosely attach one end of a wall panel to the door frame. Leave some overlap on the door so the wall panel will be easier to align later. Starting at the door, align the black fastening strip on the wall with the corresponding strip on the door. Secure this strip completely before pulling the wall tight. Working away from the door, attach the wall panel to the insulated roof panel on the eave bars. In small sections, pull the wall panel as tightly as possible around the shelter. When complete, repeat this process with the other 3 wall panels. The wall panels end in a large fastening strip. Pull them tightly together so the strips overlap as much as possible. You may have to retighten the wall panels to ensure a tight fit. To attach the vinyl walls, unfold and attach them loosely around the shelter. Then, starting with the black fastening strip on each door panel, pull the walls tight. When complete, repeat this process with the other 3 wall panels. Now attach the roof panel. Starting at opposing corners, pull the edges of the vinyl roof down over the fastening strip, aligning the seam in the roof panel with the roof truss. Once the corners are attached, connect the rest of the roof panel. This is an alternate setup for the GK1935, in which the doors are centered on the long sides of the frame. Other than the door locations, setup is identical. With the roof panel in place, the high wind tie downs can be installed onto the tent legs. Be sure the hook goes all the way over the eave bars. Attach the tie-down strap to a stake, water barrel, sandbag, or other solid object. Clip the attached hook to the metal D-ring on the corner of the vinyl roof panel and pull snugly, but do not over-tighten. Secure the extra length of strap with a small fastening strip. A series of straps are attached to the bottom of each wall panel. Working from inside the shelter, thread these straps under the nearest base bar and connect. Secure the double D-ring wall straps by each door. First buckle the strap, then thread the straps through the D-rings and pull tight. Continue connecting the buckles throughout the entire shelter. Outside the shelter, create a berm using the corner straps and D-rings. Attach the floor to the hook and loop strip running along the base of each wall panel. It is not necessary to pull the wall and floor together tightly. Attach the fastening strip on both sides of the door to form a seal under the threshold ramp. Install the threshold ramp. To install the tube lighting, secure each light on the A section of the roof trusses as shown. Tighten the buckles to raise the lights. Pass the cord over the roof trusses and connect the lights in series around the shelter. The lights can be rotated and the dimmer sleeves closed to vary direction and the amount of light. Setup of the GK1935 is now complete. In the next section, we will cover the proper striking and repacking of the shelter. Before striking the shelter, remove all accessories and make sure the roof and walls are as clean as possible. Working around the inside of the shelter floor, unsnap all straps connecting the walls to the frame and thread them back under the frame. On the outside of the shelter, separate the vinyl roof from the walls. Remove the 4 vinyl sections and place them inside the shelter. Avoid touching the walls to the ground whenever possible. Remove the insulated wall sections and place them inside the shelter. Remove the threshold ramp. Now remove the door and place it back in its vinyl bag. All GK1935 wall panels are the same size and are folded the same way. Repeat the following procedure for each of the shelter's 4 vinyl wall panels. Starting at the end opposite from the right of door or left of door label, roll up the wall panels tightly. The insulated wall panels are folded in a similar way, except you will want to start with the interior white side of the insulation facing upwards. Then fold and roll them up identically to the vinyl walls. Detach the corner straps on the floor. Remove and set aside all the shelter base bars. Begin with the floor laid flat. Fold the shorter sides of the floor to the middle to form a rectangle as shown. Fold in the 2 longer sides so they meet in the middle of the floor. Fold the sides to the middle again. Fold the sides to the middle a 3rd time. Fold one side over the opposite side. Working from both ends, fold up the floor panel in arm-length sections until they meet in the middle. Fold one end over the other to finish folding the floor. Remove the locking pins from the 2 legs at each end of the shelter. Squeeze the leg and roof trusses together, then install the pin. Remove the locking pin from the long upwind side of the shelter. Gently lower it to the ground. Remove the locking pins from the other side of the frame and lower it to the ground. Separate the insulated roof panel from the frame. Remove the vent caps by pulling out on the locking pins and lifting the vent cap off of the key flange. Western Shelter Systems recommends folding the roof panels while still on the frame. Replace the protective vinyl squares on top of the vent collars. Fold the shorter sides of the roof panel over the vent collars to form a rectangle. Fold the shorter ends up to the vent collars again. Fold one longer side approximately 8 inches over the center line of the roof panel so it covers the vent collars. Fold the same side over itself. Fold the same side over itself again. Fold the opposite side up, making it flush with the side you have already folded. Fold the same side over itself. Fold the same side over itself again. Fold the same side over the top, making a single roll with the vent collars centered on the frame. Begin folding both ends towards the center in arm-length sections. At the last fold, bring one end of the roof panel up over the opposite end to form one complete package. Remove the folded roof panel from the frame and place it in the field bag for storage and transport. The insulated roof panel folds in the same manner. Release the locking buttons on each of the 4 roof trusses on the center section. Secure the center mainframe section with the strap. Remove all eave bars from the mainframe. To fold up the mainframe end sections, push the locking buttons under each roof truss. Slide the roof trusses up toward the key flange. Push the upper locking button on each truss and secure them. Gather the trusses together and tighten the securing strap around the base of each end section. Here is the proper order and method for packing each case. Case repacking and contents could vary according to your specific setup. Case number 1 includes 12 base bars, end frame assembly, center frame assembly, flooring system. Case number 2 includes 12 eave bars, end frame assembly, high wind stake kit, 2 threshold ramps. Case number 3 includes 7 lamps, 2 vent caps, 2 double doors. Case number 4 includes 2 right of door vinyl wall panels, 2 left of door vinyl wall panels, one wiring harness, 1 air plenum. Case number 5 includes vinyl roof panel, insulated roof panel. The insulated wall panels are placed in a separate vinyl field bag. This includes 2 right of door insulated wall panels, 2 left of door insulated wall panels.